I will do. Thanks, Paul. Hi, Ross. How are you?
Good, thanks yourself.
Very good. Just on the defeat at the weekend, how much of that does that analysis and review bleeds into the preparation for this week, given that there's such a change in personnel, a lot of changes in personnel?
Yeah, well, there's lots of learnings obviously that we can take from the weekend, and we obviously got ourselves in a good position, but unfortunately couldn't come away with it. But there's lots of small details which we're able to take the learnings from, which hopefully we can bring into this weekend.
Was there a sense of surprise that you get to round 17 of the URC and there's a lot of basic errors in the team's performance?
I think probably it's a little bit surprising, but it's a very tough place to go. We actually started quite well. Unfortunately, just a couple of errors, and we were kind of in a bit of an exit cycle, and we struggled a little bit to get a bit of momentum. But look, we did very well to get back in the second half. Unfortunately, just a couple of errors, and they got back into the game. And unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to get the win.
How is this week going to be for you? It's obviously an enormous occasion. Do you think, from your experience in the previous finals, do you find yourself plugging out during the week, or how do you take a breath and take it all in so that it doesn't become overwhelming?
Yeah, well, obviously, look, we've great experience as a group, being in this, I suppose, going into the final, and obviously over the last couple of weeks with the knockout game. So it's nothing too different in terms of our preparation. You know what I mean? We'll prepare very similar to how we've done over the last few weeks. So it's just trying to get our prep and get ourselves in the best possible shape.
Just the last one for me. Obviously, Leinster have lost 3 finals since they last won it. Is there additional pressure? Do you think there's additional pressure to get the job done now?
No, I don't think so. I mean, every final has its own pressure. So for us, it's just trying to go out there and put in the best performance we can.
Okay, cheers, Ross. Best of luck for the whole week.
Thank you.
Hi, Ross. Ashton here from Off the Ball. How's things?
Good yourself?
Good, thank you. Just on that, you mentioned that a final has a lot of pressure around it. How do you handle that, and as a group, how do you handle that? Obviously, you have psychologists and that help you with that. What are some things that you bring into play?
The biggest thing is, as I said there, it's our preparation. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, there's still plenty of time to go before the final, and for us, it's just making sure that we're on top of all our details, so that when it comes to Saturday, we can each player kind of focus on their own individual performance and they're not distracted by other things, and then hopefully we can deliver on Saturday.
And have you talked at all about the previous 2 finals?
We've kind of delved into them over the past few weeks, just little learnings here and there, but no, we haven't been dwelling on them at all.
And are you looking forward to getting a chance to play in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
Yeah, it looks unbelievable. Look, I think it's probably one of the premier stadiums in the world, so looking forward to getting over there and seeing what it's like.
Very good. Thanks, Emil. Go well at the weekend.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else with a question for us?
There's no one there. If we still has a couple of minutes.
Jonathan, do you have a question? You're on mute, I think, Jonathan. Can't hear you.
Hello, Ross.
How are you?
Loïc Bessière, Mid-Olympique, so for French media outlet. After 2 defeats in the 2 last finals, winning Champions Cup, is it your main objective this year? And Toulouse is a big team, so how do you rate Toulouse game? They wait to play a lot?
No, obviously the focus is all on us this week, but we're determined to try and win both competitions this year. And yeah, look, we know Toulouse pretty well. We've played them, I mean, I don't know how many times over the last few years, but we've played them a lot, and we know how good they are. Obviously, we've seen how well they're doing in not only Europe but in the top 14. So they've been performing incredibly well this year. So we know how tough a task it's going to be on Saturday.
how much win La Rochelle twice this season was important for you and the group?
Yeah, I think it was important. As I kind of mentioned earlier, look, we've had some harsh lessons over the last couple of years, so for us it was trying to take the learnings from those games and trying to put them right. So we were able to do that in those 2 games against them, which is great, and we performed to a level which we were happier with this season as opposed to the previous 2.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello Ross, it's Nick Mullins from TNT. I'm sorry, my camera's exploded, so I can't tell the time. Any Spurs fans in the group?
I actually don't think. I think Gary Ringrose is actually a Spurs fan, so I don't think there's many. If there are, they're very quiet at the moment.
Okay. And it's a very wide, broad question, but what does the Champions Cup mean to you?
It means a hell of a lot. It's an incredibly special competition, and look, as a kid growing up, I would have watched it every year. I was fortunate enough to go to a few finals, watch Leinster win it. So I think for so many of us, look, we've grown up supporting this team, watching them win European Cups. So it does make it extra special, I think, for us, and I think it's quite unique. You have so many players playing for the club that they grew up supporting. So it really is a special competition for us.
Did you go to Edinburgh? You're fairly old enough, are you?
I did go to Edinburgh, yes.
And memories of that day? Anything stick out?
It's probably like Leinster. It kind of seemed like slightly different because obviously they'd never won at the time. So it was fun, obviously going up against Leicester, who had a rich history of winning. So it was a very special day. I remember Leo playing and a few other lads. Obviously Johnny would have been playing back then as well. So it was a brilliant day.
Brilliant. I know you will tell us that you're concentrating mostly on what you're doing at the moment, but what are the things about Toulouse that you admire from a wider rugby perspective? What makes them so good to watch?
I just think they're incredibly unique. I think the way they play the game is very unique. In terms of when the free-flowing rugby, the individuals they have, forwards and backs, they can all run, offload, you know what I mean? And when they get in their flow, they're very tough to stop, which we've seen a number of times this year. But they're also a great club, you know what I mean? They've obviously such a great history. So it's great to play a team like them. We know how tough a game it's going to be on Saturday, but we're looking forward to it.
Thanks for your time, Ross. Enjoy the week.
Thank you.
Hi Ross, it's Chris Jones from the BBC here. Hope you're well.
Good, thanks.
I just to sort of pass this question. You mentioned Johnny there. I know he wasn't playing the final last year, but for so many years he was really central to Leinster. It was very much his team. A, does it now feel like it's your team now that he's retired? And B, how much would it mean to you personally if you were to sort of help drive your team to a Champions Cup?
Well, I don't think it's my team. I think it's the players' team. I think we have a number of leaders here which do an incredible job week in, week out. Obviously, look, I've been playing 10. I suppose I've been driving a lot, so hopefully I can do that again this week and put us in the right places at the right times, which gets us over the line. But yeah, like as I said earlier, it would mean an incredible amount. You know what I mean? It's such a special competition for us as a club and me personally. So yeah, it would be very special.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Thank you.